What dilemma have you faced in life? Story 1.
I was just minding my own business in a convenience store when suddenly a guy jumped at the cashier and pulled out a gun. Give me some cash, all of it, now. Everyone started to panic, except me. I actually been waiting for this moment. Hey, idiot. Everyone's gasped. The robber turned to me and then walked up to him while slowly removing my jacket. It's so hard here, don't you think? Vega, sweetheart, I have the gun. Not more. He tried to die for it, but I immediately locked him in a tight grip and beat him to the ground. It's trial time, baby. And that's how you catch a criminal. Hi, my name is Artemis, and I'm always wanted to become a detective, just like my dad. Before I continue, MSA will give $1,000 to one lucky person who's surprised in the next 7 days. Tell your friends, your sister, brother, and mom to surprise now. As the robber was being arrested, someone approached me with a brown mask on his face. My favorite police detective, Louis. I met him during the Future Detective Summer role plays for high school students last year, and we kept in touch. You're really something else, kid. Kid? He's just 5 years older than me, but he keeps treating me as a little sister. And he was so annoying because I actually like him. I learned from the past. If you're free tonight, do you want to have dinner with me? When he finally confessed his feeling for me, the anticipation was killing me. He took me to a romantic prosper and my heart was racing. I'll get to the point, Artemis. I know that you have been waiting for this moment too. You bet I have. We're having a big and different case right now and we need your help. Oh, I shouldn't feel stupid. Tell me about it. It's a ghost smuggling case, and the suspect's name is Mr. Anderson. We need some hard evidence against him. And how can I help exactly? He has a son, and his name is Chase. He is a senior high school student, reckless, clumsy, and spoiled. He's looking for a female bodyguard, and she should be very attractive. So, you want me to pose as his bodyguard while spying on Mr. Anderson, right? Exactly. I need you to find where he's keeping all those gold bars. Mission accepted, officer. Dad had trained martial arts in World War II, and now I can finally put it to good use. Louis, prepare my fake documents for the application, and luckily I was chosen. I was so excited about the mission, but a little did I know that I was about to get involved in the biggest mess ever. I tried so hard to keep my cool when I finally met Mr. Anderson. His face literally screamed danger. I was secretly scanning my eyes around his office as we discussed the job. There were surveillance cameras everywhere. It was going to be harder than I thought. I love my son more than anything, so do your best to protect him. I'll make sure you won't regret hiring me, sir. He gave me a very thick portfolio of Chase. The first thing I noticed was his face. It was very attractive, and Mr. Additions told me that Chase waiting for me in his room. At the moment I opened it, it was caused up girl when someone suddenly jumped on me. It was him who looked like a scared little puppy. Is everything okay? Tell that accusing little creature away from me. I looked around and saw a cockroach crawling toward us. I immediately stepped on it and crushed it to death. Don't worry, it's gone. He finally opened his eyes and I almost dropped my jaw when we both stared at each other. He was the most handsome man I had ever seen, and I wasn't exaggerating. Just then, he jumped away from me and cleared his throat. I just felt really dirty, that's all. Anyway, you must be the new bodyguard. Optimist at your service. Dad surely knows my type. Do you want to make out? Do you want to die? Flying hard to get, I like it. I swore hard to be your bodyguard, not your girlfriend, sure. You still end up being one, so why waste time? He was about to touch me, but I gave him a powerful blow that sent him flying to the wall. Are you crazy? You being bait to protect me, not to kill. Sorry, it's just a reflex. Fix your stupid reflex, or I will tell my dad to fire you. Loud and clear, sir. Our officials start my duty tomorrow. Have a nice night. Later that night, while everyone was sleeping, tiptoed around the mansion and installed some spy cameras to watch Mr. Anderson's every move. I have to catch him soon and get this job over and done. The next day at Shay's school, boys immediately worked around me like I would just celebrate this, and Shay didn't look too happy about it. Just then, he started throwing some dollar bills at them. $1,000 for each of you to back up and stop looking at my bodyguards, losers. And with that, they closed their eye and ran away like grass in the dark. Excuse me, sir, but why did you do that? I can take care of myself. I just want you to focus on me. Those idiots just distract you. There's no need to do that. I'm not usually distracted by stupid things. But he just ignored me and continued working. Suddenly, he slipped on a piece of tissue paper, and before he could hit his head on the ground, I caught him in my arms. Our faces were so close, and for a moment, I felt lost in his beautiful blue eyes. Just then, a pretty girl came running and screaming, Happy Boo! What's the meaning of this? Are you cheating on me? Based on his fight, it might be Vanessa, his girlfriend. On reflex, I rock chased through the crowd. This is my bodyguard. She was just protecting me. Oh, what a relief. I'm your one and only. Always be forever, right, Happy Boo? She jumped on him and started kissing like a vacuum cleaner. Vanessa was clinging on to Chase all day and kept sticking her tongue out at me. What was her problem? Later that day, Chase suddenly dragged me to the janitor closest. I actually don't like Vanessa. I just dated her because she's so upset with me, but for her. And why are you telling this to me, sure? Don't be jealous. I'm sorry, but I really don't get you. Forget it. I already broke up with her so many times and she's like an annoying leech. From now on, I want you to keep her away from me. Make sure she doesn't come near me. Copy that, sure. Later that day, I snapping to the bathroom to check the surveillance video on my phone and saw Mr. Anderson enter the mansion. He went straight into his room. I needed to have a set there too. On my way out, I bumped into someone. Vanessa. Girl, you may look touched and all, but I'm not sure about you, and you can't just stay away from my future husband, my hubby boo. I'm sorry, I can't do that. I'm being bad to be by his side 24 hours. And besides, you have nothing to worry about that. I'm not attracted to him. She burst out laughing. It's the most beautiful guy in the entire universe. There's no way you're not attracted to him unless you're a lesbian. OMG, are you? Do you like me instead? Maybe. I can't blame you. I'm perfect. But I'm sorry, you're not my type. That's too bad because I think I'm upset with you. I leaned in closer and pouted my lips for a kiss. Ew! Get away from me! My little stones were effective because anytime Vanessa comes close to Chase, I made pouted lips at her and she ran off. But I wasn't exactly celebrating. It has only been a week, but I wanted to give up already. Chase was a total pain in the butt. Such a big baby. He would complain over the smallest things. One time, he was making a huge fuss about a mosquito bite. How could you not stop it from sucking my precious blood? And started doing great reflexes. See, it's swollen. You're not going to die from it, sure. Relax. One time, he decided to skip school, just go to shopping for a new yacht. As we were walking toward the port, we bumped into some guys who looked like gangsters, and he actually knew them. It's a perfect day to break some schools, don't you think, Chase? What do you want, Brody? Your girl. She looked like my next girlfriend. He was about to touch me, but suddenly Chase came in and showed him to the crowd. Don't you dare touch her, dummy. Brody went berserk. You stupid dirtbag. He was about to punch Chase, but I was able to block him just in first. I'll run home to mommy if I were you. I twisted his arm and he went screaming in pain. Get her, boys! I threw a couple of my character moves and they all fell to the crowd in no time. Then I turned to Chase and he looked stunned. He was still speechless, even in the car. When we got home, he just sat in front of me and stared at my face. Is there any problem, sir? You're the prettiest and coolest girl I ever met. Do you know that? He lifted his hand to touch my face and I just shivered at the contact. You know what happened when you touched me, Chase? So get your hands off me before it's too late. Suddenly, his face turned sad. He pulled away from me. I'm sorry, I won't bother you anymore. Well, that's weird. I needed to find the secret room with the gold bars before things got any wetter. But whenever I had a chance, it's all around nothing. One day, Mr. Anderson had a business trip and he'd be away for the week. It was finally my chance to work on his room. After making sure everyone was asleep, I went to his room and was checking his drawers. I felt someone watching me from the door. Chase, what are you doing here? I was looking for you, drawers. I don't think I could fit in there. Oh God, I needed to distract him, and then I did this unthinkable. I grabbed his face and kissed on the leaf. And worse, I kind of enjoyed it. Whoa, what was that about? I've been craving for your leaf. I knew it. No one could resist me. I guess you're right. Anyway, we have to sleep now. It's late. How good are you when you kiss me? I tried getting rid of him, but he was persistent. First, he insisted we watch video together on his favorite channel, MSA, for 2 hours. He even made me sing him a lullaby to have him sleep. When he's finally asleep, staring at his face, he actually looked like a beautiful angel. Snap out of it, idiot! The next day of school, Jay did something that gave me a shock in my life. He announced to everyone that we were dating and Vanessa went wild. This girl is a lesbian and I'm the one she actually likes. She's only getting back at you because she's jealous. Jay ignored her and got on his knees instead. To my surprise, he started tying up my shoelaces. Surely, girl, what if you trip and hurt yourself? I then put him to the side and confronted him. What in the world are you doing? You like me and I like you? Should we dating, right? Are you crazy? If your dad finds out about this, we're dead. Don't worry, he's too busy to even check up on me. From now on, I'll protect you and serve you instead, okay? I kept on my refusing, but he was unstoppable. He was just around me all the time and it was grinding me too crazy. All he did was stare at me 90% of the time. Could you please stop it? It's freaking me out. I could stare at you forever. You're just too pretty. I sometimes doubt if you're even real. During classes, he kept reaching for my hand just to hold it. During lunch, he would feed me and just watch me eat. He was acting like a perfect boyfriend and I had no choice but to play along to protect my cover. What had I gotten myself into later? That night, I called Lewis and reported everything including my fake relationship with Chase. I need you to stop entertaining any distraction and finish your mission ASAP. Understood? He sounded mad and it made me feel bad. I'm sorry, I do better. The only place I hadn't checked yet or mid-edition bathroom, and I had to do that the first thing in the morning. But I woke up to see Chase smiling at me with Raven in bed. Good morning, my love. Eat up, I cooked it for you. The egg looked delicious, so I decided to have a little taste, and they actually were. I didn't know you could cook. I wanted to be a chef and open my own restaurant someday, but Dad wanted me to be the next CEO of his company instead. Nothing feels better than living your dream, so stop being a loser and go for it. It's your life, not your dad's anyway. I shouldn't feel bad knowing that his dad were a criminal. That's the most beautiful thing I have ever had in my life. I can't help but fall for you harder each day. He sounded so brave I almost fell for it. You're pretty good with words, aren't you? I'm serious about you. To my surprise, he gave me a quick peck on the lips and it made me blush like hell. One weekend, he insisted that I train him in posing. When we got inside the ring, he was so hyped up. Are you sure about this? Heck yeah! But the moment I grew a single bunch, he went flying like paper. I boldly brushed up to him, but he immediately got up. I wasn't ready, but this time I showed you no mercy. I decided to make him win and leave him knock me out this time. You cheated! You let me win! No, I didn't. He was pouting as he shook in the corner, and suddenly I felt bad. Fine, I cheated. I'm sorry. I accept your apology if you have a day with me. I agreed and he took me to the park. I waited for him on the bench. As he bought me ice cream, there were a couple of kids playing in the crowd, and to my surprise, he called them over and bought ice cream for all of them and even gave the vendor a huge tip. He wasn't really that bad. After all, I just found myself smiling. Oh no, I couldn't fall for him. I had to get rid of these stupid thoughts and focus on my goal. The next day, I told Chase that I wasn't feeling good, so I couldn't go to school with him. As soon as the codes were clear, I slept into the desk room and went straight to the bathroom. I checked every corner in space until I saw a bund underneath the sink. I brushed it, and to my surprise, the bathtub slid away, revealing a trapdoor beneath it. I tried all the combination in the passcode lock until it finally opened. I went down the stair and I couldn't believe my eyes. The room was full of gold bars. I immediately combed Lewis for makeup, and while I was taking some pictures, someone suddenly smacked the phone out of me, and it was Mr. Anderson back from his trip, and he was dragging mad. You little witch! Just in time, Lewis and the police barking and finally addresses him as he was being escorted out. Lewis came up to me and hugged me. Good work, future detective. I'm so proud of you. You can even get rid of that little punk and hang out with me again. I miss you. Suddenly, someone spoke from behind us. So, it's just all about this, huh? I turned around and my smile instantly disappeared upon seeing Chase standing by the door. The hot look in his eye broke my heart. Chase, let me explain. No need. Congratulations on your successful missions. I watched him walk away with tears in my eyes. I wanted to run after him, but I guess it was for the best. I didn't see him again, and he also never contacted me. I should be happy. I was done with him, right? Wrong. It kept on bothering me a lot. One day, Lewis took me out for dinner and I was expected him to give me another case, but he completely surprised me by saying, I like you a lot, Auntie Miss. Will you be my girlfriend? I had been waiting for this moment. I should be happy, but why were I thinking about Chase? I'm so sorry, Lewis, but I think we were better off as friends. You like someone else, don't you? I just bowed my head down and smiled. It didn't matter now because I dreamed his life. 2 years had passed and I was finally studying criminology at university. One day, during lunch, I decided to try the new restaurant across the corner, and I was shocked to see who the chef would chase. It's so nice to see you here. How are you doing? I'm doing great. I took your advice, and here I am. He looked even more handsome than before. I didn't know what to say. It's really good to see you, Auntie Miss. You too. I wanted to hug him and tell him that I missed him, but I couldn't. He then excused himself and walked up to the familiar girl who had just entered the restaurant. It was Vanessa, and they were hugging sweetly. I felt so jealous, so I just got up to leave. As I walked out of the restaurant, I felt someone running after me. Are you jealous? What are you talking about? Vanessa realized that she actually liked girls and we ended up being good friends. Oh, wow, I didn't expect that. Just then, he stepped closer and held my hands. I've been in love with someone else for a long time now. I bet you know her. You're supposed to be mad at me for putting your dad in jail. I'm not. He's a criminal, so he deserves it. I'm upset because you pretended to love me. Why did I say that? I just pretended you? You weren't. He looked so cute and he blurred, and with that, I grabbed him by his collar and kissed him. Sorry, it's just a relax. Let's make it a habit, Jan.